Well, hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, joined with hubby
Okay.
and the fur babies.
They're
And-
here.
Yeah, they're here making all kinds of noise. So today I'm doing the final details. Now, I still need to do more in the background here. I think I need to pull it out a little bit more and probably darken that just a bit more for it to read right, because I kind of feel like it just stops. Do you know what I mean? It just stops in the background. So I need to finish that. But the main thing is darkening her up, because based on our darks here, we can see how light she is appearing and needs to go darker. Now, yesterday I wiped the board with denatured alcohol, so that's already been done. I'll probably have to do it again, but for now that's fine. And I am going to... Huh? Oh. So I am going to start with the 18 small, and I need to fix her ear, so that's where I'm gonna go first. Hey Andrea, I know you're driving, so hopefully you're being safe. Alrighty, so I need to clean up her ear. I don't feel it's dark enough, and I feel like I've lost the shape of it, so I need to darken it up, especially going around, up and over, and then bringing in the bottom. So that's where we're going to start. Oh, and if you didn't see my short yesterday, hey Kathy, if you didn't see my short, after more than 16 and a half years, almost 17 years, I got myself yesterday. First time ever burning myself, and I did it. I did it with, and it's unplugged, I did it with the large spoon shader. I had unplugged a pin off a cord, thinking it was the cold pin that I had already switched off of, and put this pin on the cord, wiped it a little bit on my strop just to make sure there was nothing on it, because I had been burning darker with it. And then I wiped like I normally do, to make sure there's nothing from the strop, no aluminum oxide before I go to burn. And that action right there is where I got myself. In fact, you can see where I got myself right there. So it has happened. I have called it the sacrifice to the burning gods has been complete. So hopefully they shall look down on me with, I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully it works. Alrighty, so I am at 4.5 with the 18 small, and I need to go in here and make sure I have the shape of her ear right and clean it up.
How about that?
No problem.
Scan fall.
Oh.
Kathy's here.
Yep, we're going to tighten it. I just told him about my sacrifice.
Oh.
Yeah. It does not hurt. It looks worse than it feels. It doesn't hurt me at all, though I will give Hubcap credit for that, because he, after I ran it under some cold water, he very quickly got the aloe on it and bandaged up so that I could keep working. And I think that's what helped make it not hurt. Granted, I did not have a hold of it. It was a very fast, then shock. Shock that I had just done that.
Well, speaking of shocking, the toasties will be shocked to know that I am a master with burns, because I'm quite experienced at receiving them and also healing them. So, time is of the essence in a burn. The quicker you get aloe on it, the less tissue damage there's going to be in the long run.
It doesn't hurt at all.
That's good.
And I think it was just very quick. It just more singed the skin than anything else.
And Shirley's here. She says, yeah,
Sure.
we're only here for a couple minutes while I finish my coffee. Got to go outside and work before it gets too hot.
There's a little bit of blister rise going on, but
You just have to be careful because
Yeah.
that skin is going to eventually die, and then the skin underneath it, if it comes off too soon, will be very, very sensitive.
Yeah. Well, I'm paying attention to it.
That's good.
So.
You brought your bone in.
Of course you did. So this is much darker here on the tip of her ear. So I need to darken that up.
You keep dropping it meaningfully. Like, hey, look at this. I have my bone.
Who's doing it?
That's Morgan.
Oh. Her and her bones. Alright. So I just need to get this shape better and get some darks in there.
It's looking quite nice. Quite three-dimensional.
I felt like I really needed to reshape her ear because I kind of lost it.
Well, that kind of has an interesting effect because it's lighter there on that side. So you have the darker part of the tip of the ear, and it kind of looks like it's coming out of the picture.
Does it? A little bit? Good.
Oh, yeah. Is that what you say? Are you yawning?
And then her all of her needs to go darker. I really think so.
Okay.
But I can move quickly because she's already blocked in. So that's one less thing I have to worry about.
Yeah.
I know where everything's at. Again, I need to fix this area. I don't like how it just cuts off. And I did try the torch on it to darken up areas. Did it because I was being as careful as possible with it. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So this fur is going in this direction. Overlapping. And this fur is going this way. I'm going to try to move quickly. What sucks is this is due tomorrow night, by midnight.
You going to make it? I mean,
And if I don't, what's the worst that's going to happen?
It's true. Wait, tomorrow you have judging, right?
I do.
So you have to finish it before. What time is your judging?
5:30 tomorrow.
5:30. Okay. They tried to schedule me for a dental appointment today, or not today, but tomorrow, and it was going to be from 2 to 5. So I declined it. So my dental appointment is next week.
I wish you would have done that. I got it taken care of.
Well, yeah, but you're judging. So
You could have. I could have had Elaine pick me up. Could have had Elaine pick me up.
Okay, but it's no big deal.
Somebody's nose is in my shoe.
That is.
Hell, in the back of my slipper, all I felt was a warm nose.
She wants to know what's going on.
I'm flat, and I'm just skirting around the areas to start darkening them. I'm moving quickly. In fact, I may move over to the 18 large just so I can do bigger areas quicker and get it done. Can you shift the fan a little bit because I can feel it on my hand? Please.
Right.
So even where there's white fur, because of
Do you need the fan?
not really, not right this second.
Okay. Wow, so quiet.
I get used to hearing it in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So all this is dark.
We're supposed to have warmer weather this week, but then it's going to cool down again.
Well, considering I'm doing the county fair demo this weekend, I hope it cools off by Saturday.
This weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yep, this weekend.
I feel some fair food coming on.
Well, I will be demoing.
Hopefully. They didn't have corn last year.
They didn't.
I know. I hope they have corn this year.
Let's see. From 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Saturday at the Coconino County Fair in the Fine Arts Building. I'm switching over to the 18 real quick. I'm going to bump up to 5 because I'm going to move quickly. Okay, warm. My hair is warming me up. So let's back off because you guys can see every little detail. starting to come together.
It's looking really nice.
Definitely need to darken up her right side. Or what we're viewing as her right side, her left side.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Remember, the light
sense.
always hits differently on the camera the closer I get it, so it changes the color.
Yeah, they definitely need that because if you look at the source photo, she's definitely in shadow on that side.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the easiest way for me to do it, because I'm running at just 5, is I'm going to touch down in a dark area, and then I'm going to drag it over to where I want to darken.
Kathy said it's supposed to be 103 there on Saturday. Yeah.
Other than the grandkids and the kids, I don't miss anything down there.
So you have a very busy week because you've got this that you got to get done, and then you got to judge because you're
We got to pick up our art
an
today.
art judge. Oh yeah, we got to go pick up our art. That's the thing that we have to do today. But then you have to go back on Saturday and demo.
Mm-hmm. So I'm darkening it up, even though this is white fur. It's all in shadow.
Yep.
So I'm running flat against the board, moving quickly.
She did a really good job on her bone.
See, and I'm not liking the bone all
Really?
that much. Yeah.
Huh. Well, I think you're wrong.
Well then, I guess I'm wrong.
I think it looks really nice. I think what really sells it are those rectangles that are on your
Here.
body there.
Those are actually the hardest to do.
Yeah, the little cutouts.
Yep.
They really sell the idea of that they're inset.
I'm actually going to move my cord and up just to 5.5, just because I'm trying to move faster. And see, I touch down in an area that I've already burned.
What are you girls doing? Well, Morgan's laying down right behind you. It's the other two. What are you guys doing?
Okay, I still see some graphite there. Let me quickly. No.
Be nice.
Somebody's cranky butt today. Let's get rid of some of this. Actually wondering if I shouldn't go back in to the more dedicated fur with the 18 small, just so I can make sure I'm not off. Down here,
Morgan.
start shaping the
Roxy,
toes
come here.
more. Use a little bit of the tip just to go
Nobody wants your bone.
the direction of the fur.
That's what this is about. She's
Gotcha.
laying by her bone. She brought her in her bone intentionally and showed it to everybody, and then she's like,
Can't have it.
Don't look at my bone. Don't look at it.
So I'm shaping the paw. And see right here, we have a bright highlight right here, but not on this side. I asked Layla not to do that. She did it anyway. Let's darken this up,
Go get another bone.
get the shape right.
Sorry for that.
And I'm going to keep moving the board around, rolling it around because it's just easier
Okay.
than trying to stand on my head.
Yep.
So I do apologize for that. Sorry if you can hear the crunching.
And that's Roxy. Roxy got the bone while Morgan was distracted.
So that. I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to the extra small, bump it down to 4 because I don't need it overly dark.
Okay.
But I'm going to very quickly, the jar right there and the paper towel next to it.
Here's the jar.
I refilled my denatured alcohol because it was getting low.
Here's your favorite towel.
There you go. This is the one I used yesterday. I'm going to be careful of my my burn.
Yeah, because it'll dry out.
Yep.
Don't want that.
So I'm going to have to... Because I have to open this away from my face because it's really strong. Then I'm actually going to lay it down so that it's not touching my left hand. Alrighty. So I'm checking this area. Yeah, see, we can still go a lot darker in this area. Even though there's a white fur. See, look how beautiful that brown, dark brown is going to be. Alright, so now I know I need to go darker there. Let's dry off real quick. Don't want to apply any heat while we're doing this.
Here.
Hello, baby.
She's been looking at you.
She's been looking at me. Look, is that you? Is that you? Yeah, that's you. If it's cold, it's still wet. Yeah. And because this is such a dark burn on this side, it's also going to repel some of the moisture and sit on top. So that's why it'll take longer.
Kathy wants to know where you get your denatured alcohol.
I got mine online, and I also, he's in Wickenburg. If you ever go to Phoenix, at I-17, just south of the 101 interchange, at Rose Garden, there is a wood store called Woodworker's Source. I also bought it there. In fact, that's where I bought my first wood burner, my wire tip, my nibs burner. I bought it there. The big pieces of basswood that I have, I bought there. The poplar, I bought there. So if you go to Phoenix, it's definitely worth going to. It is on the east side. If you're going south on I-17, if you get off on, I can't remember if Rose Garden's got an exit, but if you get off on Bell and make a loop under the I-17 and come up the side road, you'll hit it. Wow, I've never had to get that specific.
Well, you really didn't have to.
Well,
you could just tell them, hey, input Woodworker's Source into your Google Maps and then press start.
Sorry.
And then you will get there. If you are not in state, it may take some more time.
See, I want a little dark there. But it feels dark there because everything else is light. So I need to take
Kathy
that.
says thanks so much.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I need to go, the next time we go down to Phoenix, in October, I need to stop by there.
In October? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get Popeyes?
No, not Popeyes.
What?
Churches.
Churches, okay.
Yes, I owe you churches, don't I?
But I want boneless this time.
We got churches last time.
Yeah, but it was bone-in. It was just like a regular 3-piece.
Alright, so all this needs to, even though it's white fur, all this needs to be burned in. Touching down in the dark, I'm bringing it over because I am at 4, so it's going to burn hotter. But denatured alcohol, because it also is used as a fuel in lanterns.
Okay.
You should also be able to find it at any of the home improvement stores. I don't think someplace like Walmart carries it. I haven't looked, so I'm not 100% sure on that.
Morgan, why are you all shedding? Look. Look at
Huge
this from
bath.
petting her once.
She needs a bath. Alright. I know I'm moving around, but I'm trying to get all this shaped in. Just because it's white doesn't mean it doesn't have any tone. So I'm trying to get that tone in there. Because none of the white down here on this paw is going to be light. The only area that's going to be light, and there's still graphite there. I've been trying to get it off. It's going to be right here. See, I meant to take out my pan pastels because on some of her fur, it needs to be a little softer. Jesus, child, you're making a lot of noise. It needs to be a little softer fur. And I found that pan pastels actually work really good with wood burning.
She's laying on her side. She had it in her mouth and she's just completely flat and she's just chewing.
Although I can softly smooth it in, but I think
Nice.
I'll kind of push it into the grain. It won't look as bright here, but when I varnish, it will get brighter. And I don't, some of this fur I don't care if I'm not going within the fur because it kind of fills it in. And I'm putting the white back in because I need to see it. Oh, I need to put her whiskers. Sorry, my brain just like stopped. Her whiskers in. So I'll spray this with a workable fixative.
Okay.
To keep the white from smearing. So here's a leg in here. It's getting hit by the light. But then we also have the fur right here. Child, you're making a lot of noise. And this is supposed to be more wispy right here. Blend it in a little bit. Push some more into the grain. Blend it in. I know it doesn't look very bright right now, but like I said, well, here, let's back it out because the light.
I can see it.
Let's see here. See, we have this glow right here. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be in your face glow. It just needs to have a little bit.
Yeah, I think that the value that you're using is really good.
Let's see here. She has some white there. Again, I'm just putting it in quickly so that I can go back and darken the areas that need to be darkened. Roxy, that's got to be coming over. Can you check the... Yeah, it's coming over loud.
Okay.
Now right here I had a problem. I'm going to still try to work it out.
Maybe.
Because her leg, we have some white right here, and then her leg comes this way, but then we also have white on the leg. So it doesn't read. You can have your bone, just have it out there, baby. He's gonna bring it right back in. We know it. So I'm gonna, oh, shoot fire. So I'm gonna touch down in someplace dark because this is still on. And then I have to start shaping.
Well, now Morgan has it.
Can you pick up my white pencil? I dropped it right there.
Right?
I'm sorry. See, it's hard to make out. These are just shapes. You really can't tell what they are.
Okay, Dad's gonna put this away.
Let's see. Did that shape it a little better? Can't really tell. So darken down here. And then I'm going to put the white that goes on top of here. And this is all part of putting the final details in. Just trying to darken and shape to get everything looking like it should. See, back here it's all white.
Alright, well, unless they find another bone, which they have plenty.
They will find another bone. Alright. Let's see here.
Did you already answer Kathy's question?
I did not see. I haven't looked up, sorry.
Do you spray the entire piece with workable fixative
I do.
before applying the sealer?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, to keep everything even. Let's see, right there. We still need to. She has a white patch here, but I need to put in the whiskers. See, we see toes right here, and we have a little bit of white, but I don't know that it's going to read all that well in the burning. So I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I think it's too much information.
Yep.
That kind of.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do need to darken around the toe. And see, and this is where you're looking at your piece critically to see what else it needs before you call it done. If you can learn to look at it critically, not be hard on yourself, just say, okay, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I need to fix. You'll really start seeing improvement because you're picking it out yourself.
Kathy says, okay, something else to put on my woodworking list.
Alright, so this is the toe. This is darker down here. It's just hard to make out the toe. It needs to be there because here's the foot, here's the toe. We don't see any of the nail. Needs to be in there.
What's interesting is that what chat can't see, because the reference that you have on the screen has that part cut out.
What's that?
Her back foot there.
Yeah, I know.
And her tail.
Yeah, all this right here.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it when I first started putting it together.
Mm. What are you guys doing?
So this stuff still needs to be darker too.
What are you doing?
But shaped with the fur.
What do you have? Oh, it's water. It looks like glitter.
Let's see here. This still needs to go. All this needs to go darker as I'm looking at it. Because then everything will start reading much better. In fact, looking at it, I didn't realize I still had so much to darken. So I will just skip around. Probably should go ahead and put the whiskers in, that way I know where they're at. And I don't lose them. So right now I'm just flat going in the direction of the fur. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to use the, go ahead and use my 18 small. Turn my board. I have a whisker up here that goes out to here. I have a whisker comes down here. Yeah, double whiskered. Oh well. Let's see here, and then on my dots, it's actually harder trying to turn it, but it could be. Let's start bringing her out having whiskers.
Well, I think that's something that needs to be there.
Yeah, but whiskers, I don't feel should be in your face unless they're like the main part. Like they're actually in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright, so now we know where the whiskers are. We can start darkening on the face.
Roxy. She just stopped what she was doing.
What is she doing?
She's trying out the napkin.
I hope that didn't have denatured alcohol on it.
I don't think so.
What color is it?
I can't tell. It looks white.
As if it's blue. That's what I use. Alright, so all of this needs to be darkened up. Even though in the color photo we can see the differences and whatnot in the colors. Tonally, we gotta look at that.
Kathy says, looking awesome.
Oh, thank you. Putting this stuff in, I feel like I got much further to go. I'm going to switch back to the 18 large so I can get larger areas done. So I have a sepia photo up here that I'm looking at versus the color. So that's why I know all that needs to go darker. Let's see, back her up. Yeah, she needs a lot more darks. All right in here in order for this shadow to make sense. Alright, let's do it. I'm keeping it at 4 in the hopes of not getting any blobs. I'm gonna go flat. Actually, I need to slow down a bit. Because if not, I'm gonna have to turn up the heat. And see, I'm going across the grain. Gotta be a little careful with that. You can get some blobs. Let's go ahead and turn it. And I gotta keep looking at the sepia photo. I can actually bump up to 5. because I'm not lifting very much. I can keep control of my heat. Even though it's a higher heat. There we go. Starting to get a little bit of darks in here. Not as much as I would want. See, we got a harsh line right here of the shading. I really got to get that. Wonder if this would be faster with the extra small that doesn't require as much heat, higher heat setting. So it keeps the pen cooler. Let's try it. Make sure I pull off the cold pen. Don't want to replay.
No. Please no. Although the first aid kit is on the counter.
I'm going to go down to 3.5 because I can with the 18 extra small and still get a dark. But I see I got a lot of dark to put in. And then once I put this dark in, well, not dark, a darker medium tone, then the white is really going to pop out like it should. And he will hopefully look like he's glowing. So I'm at 3.5. My main thing is wanting to darken her wrinkles. And you can see where the heat's raised the grain. So there's a little fight with that, trying to get it smooth.
Kathy would really love to see the finished burning on this.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure you'd be putting it in your group, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got to put it in the over on Ko-fi for her.
Gotcha.
Which isn't a problem. Not a problem. I'm actually switching over to the 18M. We haven't seen that in a while, but I think I'll get a smoother burn with it. It is going to require, I'm going to go up to 4.5 with that one. We haven't seen that one in a while. And I know I'm switching a lot, and that's just because I'm trying to find the best pen to get done the most of what I want to get done in a quicker fashion. Oh, God, child. So I'm flat. Don't breathe in too deep. Because I'm flat and moving quick, I can actually up the heat a little bit. Just because I'm trying to move quick. Normally I'd tell you to slow down and take your time, but I gotta get this done. I just have to pay attention so I don't burn myself again, because that's what was going on when I burned myself.
Mm.
I was trying to hurry up.
Yeah. Yeah, I electrocuted myself brushing.
Doing what? Did you say brushing?
Rushing. I was. It was over during the deployment.
Oh.
And I had a loose connection, and I kept having to fix it. And I forgot one time to turn off the power source before I touched the thing that I needed to fix. And so I found out what electrocution was like. It was really interesting. Not in a good way. Not in a good way.
Alright. See, we're starting to see a darker face now. And I think it feels better for her.
Yeah.
So right here, Like all this needs to darken up. If I slow down, keep my pen flat, I do need to angle my board so that it's easier to go in the direction it needs to go. But I think her face starts coming forward. By getting these darks in here more. I know it kind of looks like a mess, but from a distance, it's reading right.
I don't think it looks like a mess.
Maybe that's just the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah. I'm certain that's correct.
Unfortunately, the torch, because I was so worried about cracking and whatnot, I couldn't leave the torch on it to darken it long enough. I wonder, what's the worst that's going to happen? Screw it up? It doesn't get submitted?
You sure about that? Okay. You're the boss.
It's going to be very quick and not staying in the same place for very long.
If I was doing this, I guarantee that it would screw it up. What are you thinking? If you use the torch on a spot that you've already worked on, will it retain that same tone?
No, it's going to gray out a little bit.
Okay.
I'll have to go back over it.
I mean, you can see the difference already. Kathy says you're a brave soul, girl. I agree, Kathy.
Like I said, what's the worst that's going to happen? I F it up and...
But you know, this is this is your party, so you do what you do, you boo.
I'm trying to do it slowly so I don't mess anything up. I'm trying not to stay in one place for too long because the wood's going to get hot. How's it looking? Is it darkening it?
Yeah. I think it is.
Do we see a difference? Since this is just hot air, it's not like I couldn't sand an area if I really... It's not as bad as the torch, and as harsh. Unless I stay in the same place for too long. Like right there, I stay too long. I can go back and burn over the area. That's why I'm holding my breath, but not overly freaking out.
Okay.
See, I want this bottom darker. Ah!
Uh-oh.
What do we do? What do we do? We do that.
And I was like, do I need to go get the spray bottle and also the med kit?
No. It was one of those, you know, like when you're holding on to something and you're about to fall and you're like,
Chevy Chase.
yes, that's what I was having.
Yep.
That moment.
That moment is so relatable.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I just did.
Kathy, thank you. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up.
Yes, please.
It really helps.
Our last public live for a little while, at least. Like I said, I'm going to do one once a month, I think. But those will be critiques.
Well, critiques and then like updating, so people know who aren't subscribed or who aren't members can hear about what you've been doing.
Yeah. How's that looking? I still feel like it needs to go darker. Then I am going to have to clean it up with a pen. Because the color is different, but I can fix that. Trying not to stay in one place, because if I stay in one place for too long, it will crack and break the grain.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep that from happening. I do feel this area down here that she's sitting on needs to go darker.
Andrea's back.
Hey, Andrea. She must have got the grandkids. Just trying to do this quickly so I can go back to my pen's been on the whole time, so I can smooth it out. But she is darker.
Yeah.
She is darker. What pen are we on? What pen? See right here, I really need to try to the grain raised. That was me holding the cuss words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some sandpaper, only going with the grain. Now I'm going to switch pens because the spoon shaders do better in between the grain. And since I use the hot air, it's going to raise the grain.
Yeah.
So you can't get around it. You have to decide which works better.
Yeah.
And sometimes this is 400 grit, which is the same thing I sanded to. And I'm just trying to smooth things out. So I have the medium spoon shader, and I am on 4. Angle my board. I need to slow down. Yeah, the grain really raised right there.
Yeah.
But now I have to go that dark in order to blend it in. I'm actually going to push a little bit carefully because this is a hot pen, but in order to push.
You mean you're like putting pressure on it?
Yep.
Mm. Why is that?
Trying to push in between the grain.
Oh, okay.
I just made a bigger mess. How do I want to fix this? I'm thinking. How do I want to fix it? See, things you don't see on camera. Things you don't see. Regardless of who you're watching.
Yeah.
See, it's still warm. I'm putting on the 18 extra small. Always make sure when you're fixing a mistake, oops, whatever you want to call it, to go with the grain, because if you go across the grain, you're going to scratch it, and you won't see that scratching until you put your varnish on, and then you will see it. So make sure to always go with the grain. Let's see how much I can mask it. Let's hide it. You guys know because you watched me do it. But the goal is to hide it from everybody else.
Well, I was here when you did it, and I can't really see what you did, so.
Darkening up the area. So, how's it looking?
It looks good to me.
So next week for the members, I kind of want to do something different. I know I have a bunch of pieces I need to get done, and we're going to hang out with the members and do that.
Okay.
But there's something I haven't actually been able to sit down and do for a long while. And
what's that?
Watercolors.
Oh.
So if the Super Toasties are okay with me just taking a breath and playing with watercolors for a little while.
That could be fun.
Yeah. You know, sometimes your brain just needs to
Oh, I know.
look at things differently.
Yep. I know it.
And I don't think the Super Toasties will mind. And then we'll go right back to burning. Just to give myself a little break. That's all. And I do like watercolor. And I actually just bought a new set of brushes. I don't know how many of my peeps watch, but Lindsay the Frugal Crafter just came out with a set of 6 brushes, and I got mine in the mail, so I kind of want to try them out.
Oh, okay. They're nice looking brushes.
They are nice looking brushes. They were not cheap brushes.
Kathy says watercolors scare her.
Nah.
So she's looking forward to a lesson.
Oh, good. Well, it's not like I'm some super watercolorist. I just need to play for a little while and just...
Well, I've had more experience with that.
What, playing? What?
Watercolors.
Oh. No, I've got experience with watercolors.
Yeah.
It's just, I haven't sat down. The last time I sat down and did any kind of watercolors, I was in a flare-up and I was in bed, remember?
Yeah.
And that was like 2 years ago because I was doing a watercolor of grandbaby, who is now much bigger.
And then we used to do watercolors every
Sunday.
Mm-hmm. In fact, when Circa was here, I stopped in there.
Yeah.
And they did some renovation.
Did they?
Yeah, our tables are still there, but it's like it's a lot cleaner looking.
Huh.
Like meaning not that it was ever dirty, but
newer looking. You
they've
mean?
repainted some things, and there's not so much clutter.
Just trying to darken up all this. I don't know what I'll be doing in watercolors. It might be a raven, just so I can practice. Ravens are a little harder because watercolors go lighter versus like other mediums that go darker when they dry. So it's a good practice. Oh, went dark there, so we're gonna go dark up here.
And we're getting close to time.
Okay. So I'm gonna spend the rest of tonight getting her darker. And yes, I will post photos when she's all done. So you don't have to worry about that, Kathy. You will see. Yeah, there's some area. I still need to darken her, so the areas that I'm kind of on will be less if the area is darker and everything's working together. But I do see a difference in her, at least on camera.
Yeah.
Let me turn this back out. So we're viewing it at more of how we would view in public. I still need to darken this. I'm going to go light, but this needs to go darker, I think.
Okay.
Now that I have her whiskers on, we can get the white that's right here. Blend it in. Feels like her mouth actually needs to go a little bit bigger. That might be part of the... Oh, okay. Now that I see that, I will fix that. And we have a little bit of light here. I don't want it too bright on this side because we've got the shadow, so it would kind of throw it off if it's too bright.
Yeah.
And pushing into the grain, when I wipe off again, and I will do it again with denatured alcohol, the white kind of stays in the grain because I'm only skimming the top of the piece. I'm not pushing into the grain.
Kathy says she's really pretty.
Thank God. I still see issues that I want to fix, but I'm not hating her. So that's something. Not hating her.
Don't hate your puppy.
I don't hate my puppy. Any hate would just be what I did to her.
Looks looks like you did really nice job. That's what you did. So, Andrea says that lady is coming out great. Love the background. It's really realistic.
Oh, thank you. I made the background up.
That's what we do as artists. We make stuff up.
We just have a little bit of white, and that's why I'm just... Let's see. Blended it. Alright, so yeah, I will just continue to darken her a little bit, especially on this side. And I feel like there's some areas that I need to fix in here that I went a little too crazy with. So, because I feel like I got
I don't know. It looks realistic to me.
this area wrong.
I don't think you did. I feel like you got it right.
Now, looking at how her leg goes.
Looks right to me.
Well, I'll keep fixing it. But he'll be done tomorrow. He will be varnished tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm giving myself the rest of today to get her finished burning wise. And then tomorrow, I'll probably, if I've got her done burning wise tonight, I'll spray her tonight with the workable fixative, let that sit overnight, and then do 3 brush-on coats of the Liquitex gloss varnish. I don't think she's going to need more than 3. And, yeah, and she'll be done. And I will absolutely post photos. See, right here on camera, she looks so much better to me than in person. Because I can see...
Again, you're seeing it objectively the way the rest of the world sees it.
I know.
It's not any different. It's your perception of it is different. When I look at it, I see the same thing. Because I'm objective. Valarie. Since when?
Yes, you're
Since
not.
always.
You are biased.
No, I'm not.
In a wonderful, loving way, but you're biased.
I'm biased towards you, but I'm being honest about the art and objective.
Okay. So do we have any final questions?
Well, I don't know.
So next week, it will just be us Super Toasties together.
Yep.
That's what the live will be next week.
And also Hubcap.
And Hubcap, and I'm sure the fur babies will be in here too. And if you're watching this on replay, if you look down next to where it says my name, the Valarie Connell Drawing with Fire, you'll see a little join button. You can join through or through YouTube, or you can join through Ko-fi, which is down in the description. And everything that goes on the Facebook group goes on the Ko-fi as well, so you're not missing anything. And
And for the price of a cup of coffee.
a month.
A month.
Yeah, you get more. You get more coffee. You pay for more.
More stuff. And you won't be left out.
Yes.
You'll be in the know.
In the know. In the know. See, I'm just looking at it. Alrighty. You know what to say with me. You're awesome. You can do this. Why? Because you're a pyro artist.
Don't burn yourself.
Don't burn yourself. Don't burn yourself. Happy burning, guys. Bye. No, don't burn yourself. Owie. It's owie.